So the universe appears in our life, and our reality shows up in our life, our day to day, in two different ways. The universe appears in two different ways. We got the physical, right, which is outer space. Notice I said outer space. And you also have an inner space, an innerverse. I call it an outerverse and an innerverse. This literally just came to me last night because I experienced the innerverse, which is basically the astral plane. So, and when I experienced that, right, because we got this concept of, we got our conscious mind, we have our subconscious mind, and then we have our unconscious mind. Okay, real quick, I was saying it's the unconscious mind, but I guess as I'm looking online, they saying, we don't know, honestly, but I know it's not the subconscious and I know it's not the conscious. So what I found actually was the superconscious mind. So instead of the unconscious mind, like I've been saying in this video, every time I say unconscious, I just want you to refer back to the superconscious mind. That is our innerverse, essentially. That is the mind of the astral plane. That is our universal mind, essentially. The unconscious mind is essentially your innerverse. That's your inner universe, right? Now, obviously, your unconscious mind controls the rest, right? The subconscious as well as the conscious. But the conscious is more so part of the physical or your outer world. So basically, the easy way I can explain this is like, how you view an iceberg, right? And if you can look online, you easily be able to see this. If you type in, subconscious versus conscious, right? And then you got the unconscious portion. The unconscious portion is the very, very bottom, right? That is the very bottom of this iceberg. In the middle of the iceberg that's still underwater is your subconscious, right? And then on top, that is your conscious. And if you look at the brain, our conscious is right here in the front, our prefrontal cortex. And then the rest of the brain basically is a subconscious. And I'm not sure exactly where the unconscious will be, but I know it's somewhere within there located, or maybe it can be the whole of the brain, essentially. I got to look deeper into that, but I know the unconscious is real because I just experienced basically being on the astral plane last night. And it's a lot of people that astral project as well. And it's like when you astral projecting, you're not dreaming. So it's like you're not in your subconscious, but you also not in your conscious, because if you was just in your conscious, you would be awake, but you are asleep. Even though you are conscious as you are asleep, you're in a different dimension. You're on the astral plane. You're in the universe, basically, right? The universal mind. So when you in the astral, right, you're in your unconscious mind, essentially. You're in the universe. Your unconscious mind is your universe. So I experienced that yesterday or last night without even really trying. It was interesting, and I thought I was still woke, honestly. But when I woke up, I realized that I wasn't woke, that I was somewhere else, that I was in the spiritual plane, essentially. And I didn't know, but it wasn't a dream. I know that I wasn't having a dream because I thought I was here awake. But then I woke up and realized that I wasn't, but it wasn't a dream. So, then things started to hit me, and I started to understand that we have an innerverse, which is the spiritual plane, the energetic plane. Every time I say spiritual, I just want you to think energetic, because the spirit is basically energy. That's what we're talking about, the energy world. It's not the spiritual world, it's the energy world, the energetic world. I experienced it. And then after that, I started to tune more into my energetic body, right, over my physical body. The thing is, when I woke up, I remember my mind remembering that I'm now above surface level. So when you wake up, it's essentially like you're coming above water, right? That's what it's like. That's what waking up is. So it's like when we talk about surface level things, we essentially talking about the physical reality, right? When you wake up when you wake up in the morning, you basically coming back to the physical reality. You coming back up above water, but everything below, right? Everything below is dealing with the universe. That's dealing with the energetic world, the spiritual world. So whenever you go to sleep, you basically going back into your energetic form. All right. No matter even if you're having dreams, right? Or you astral projecting, you basically experiencing your energetic form, you experiencing how thought, right? That's what magnetism is, right? Electro to be the energy and magnetism would be the thought. So thought and energy go hand in hand when you're in your inner world. All right, that's how you move around, is using your thought, and you're energy based. So when you wake up, you basically come above surface level. You come back, you come into the physical, right? But you obviously, we always connected to the underworld. And by the underworld, I'm not talking about no good versus evil, right? I'm talking about the other side, right? The other side of this world, which is the energetic world, the spiritual world, right? Energy. So I just wanted to explain that. I really didn't have no basis of this video. I just wanted to explain that you have an innerverse and an outerverse. So when we in our innerverse, that is us experiencing the universe on the inside. We have an inner universe, basically. And what you see up in space, right, what we can see with our eyes, that is the physical representation of the universe, right? As within, so without. Everything that's within is also without, right? So that's all. Yeah, the space that you see up top that the astronauts go in, that is basically the physical representation of our inner universe. That is the outerverse, and we have an innerverse as well. The innerverse, you can't really explore the only way you can explore the space is through the physical body. Like if you go up in space, it's like you can't really connect with the universe. You just there in your physical form, right? The only way for you to truly connect with the universe and connect with the energies within inside it is if you go inside, right? If you go below the surface, which is basically astral projecting, getting to the astral, tapping into your unconscious mind, and really diving into your inner verse, and also basically engaging with your energetic body, your energetic field, right? So the only thing that is here truly is energy. But what most people know is, what most people see is the physical. So you got the physical, and then you got the physical body, right? Which is all still made up of energy as well, by the way. But then you have your energetic body, right? Which exists at the same time. And your energetic body is just your spiritual self. That's your spirit. Your energetic body is your spirit. So yeah, the spiritual world is just the energetic world, right? And then yeah, you got the universe, which is what we all come from, is the innerverse. And the outerverse, which is space, is what you can experience with in the physical realm, essentially. So everything that's in the physical realm is just a representation of what's in the energetic realm. All right, but we experience it in a different format once we come above surface level. We experience the energetic world in a different way when we come above surface, and everything becomes physical. So yeah, I didn't have no basis for this video. I just really wanted to explain that because it's something that happened to me yesterday or last night, and I thought it would be just to talk about it honestly. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, evening, whatever you want to call it. See you later.